There's a real culture shift happening right now, especially for millennial women in their 30s and their 40s, because we followed this original blueprint of success, and now it has us wondering if that actually created the life that we wanted. Hello, it's me. I am her. I am the millennial woman. Yep, my hand is raised in the front row. I am a 37-year-old millennial woman, and I have done a career pivot a couple years ago because how did we get here? How did we get here? We followed a blueprint that was sold to us to work hard, go to school, get the degree, get the job, work 25 years at the job, retire. That's not our reality. That's not our reality at all anymore. We'll be lucky if the accumulation of the jobs that we pivot to even equal up to that amount of time, like what our parents did back in the day. I think a lot of us have outgrown old dreams. We want jobs that have more meaning. We're pivoting careers. There's a high percentage of people experiencing burnout right now. Nearly 66% of millennials report modern to high burnout, the highest of any generation in a recent AFLAC report. And then it also went on to tell me 53% of women say their stress levels are higher than the year before. And 70% of burned out employees would leave their jobs because of burnout. I have done that, and I would do it again if I have to. We are at that point now. We're realizing that we don't want corporate forever. And a lot of us are really rebuilding our lives much later on in life right now. That's 100% me. I moved back home at 35 to my parents' house. Me and my puppy, we packed up that car, left Atlanta, drove 12 hours to come back home to just kind of figure it out. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what you called this, but I felt like I'm working a job. I was in tech at the time, working a great paying job, but tech wasn't my mission. I landed into tech by way of my skills and my past experience. So I was working a job that paid me well, but I didn't feel fulfilled by it. I moved back home to my parents' house, which felt like an embarrassment because why am I 35 living at home with my parents? I'm a single woman, no living children, as y'all know. Everything just felt so weird. And then it's like I had money, but then I went broke after a layoff, and now I've been like rebuilding it again. So it's just like, what is this hodgepodge of life? But I did what I thought I was supposed to do. I got my degrees. I worked, I sought after a job, I did the 1-2 thing, the 401ks and the investing and things like that, but yet something still felt missing. It felt like I never really took a leap on myself. It felt like I never really took like a chance on myself to actually create a life that I wanted. I feel like I created a life based off of whatever I let society tell me because that's what all of my friends were doing, and it seems like we were just told what to do, so we just followed the leader and we just did what we were told to do. And I had moments in my life of many moments of fulfillment where I did have work or jobs that I really enjoyed. So it's not like all of it was lost or for nothing. But at the end of it all, when you just look back, it's just like, man, but was I really happy? Was that actually what I really wanted? Did I have anyone around me that really like helped me challenge that? Or did I just go with the flow because that's what I was told to do, or because it felt comfortable and it felt easy? I think my answer, honestly, was just all of it. I think all of it was literally my answer. And now that I'm this 37-year-old woman, breast cancer survivor, and just kind of waking up to reality, and I decided to go back to grad school. I was like, this isn't my career. This isn't working. I'm good on the retail. I'm good on the management. I'm good on all of that. I ended up in tech, but we can't seem to keep tech jobs. So I'm like, this isn't it anymore. And I felt a little awkward signing up for college again. I was like, this feels a little cringy. Why does it feel cringy, Renee? Because you think that you're past your time. You think that you waited too late. It felt like it was too late, but it's not. It's not. And that has been the best decision of my life. When nothing else fully made sense, that's been the one thing that has made sense for these past 2 years. And I'm so happy I took the leap to go back and just change my life. Not only am I changing my career, I'm changing my desires for success, my desire for entrepreneurship. Like, what do I want that to look like? Y'all, my values are so stacked. My values are solid. My family, my time, adventure, nature, my friends, community, connection, joy, freedom, autonomy. I have more on that list, but like those words all replicate my values. Love, connection. Those things mean so much more to me than a job title ever could, than like having 15,000 letters behind my name ever could, than living in the most lavish 3-floor 4,000 square foot home ever could. I don't want more. I don't need more. I want less, and I want it refined, and I want it aligned, because that feels true to me. That feels true to Renee. And chalk it up to being 37 and going through this identity crisis. Chalk it up to having had a cancer scare where like I feel like I'm facing mortality in the face. Chalk it up to like just being in this space now where I'm really checking myself and asking myself the questions I need to ask. Chalk it up to therapy and having some really solid accountability people around me, or people to hold me accountable. Chalk it up to all of that now. But now I'm just like, yeah, I want different, and I'm going after the different. But the different isn't more in a material sense. It's just more in personal fulfillment, joy, and alignment, and ease, and recovery. And if materially more is for you, great. I love that for you. I love that for you so much. I love for you what you love for you. And I'm loving for me what I'm realizing I need for me, like a lot. But when I was just like researching this, because I was just so curious, for a while it felt like I was the only woman in this boat until I started doing the research and looking at these surveys and statistics. I mean, it says literally 54% of professional women said that they feel less motivated to pursue promotions than they did 2 years ago. And then the research is showing that younger generations are prioritizing flexibility, autonomy, meaningful work, work-life balance, literally over the traditional status markers like titles or corporate prestige. We're just not in that era anymore. Like the career pivots they're happening for us. We're changing things. We're going through this identity crisis. We're sorting through what really matters. What do we want to be connected to? What missions do we want to be connected to? How do we want to spend our time? If I am working this corporate 9 to 5, how do I want that to feel? And if it doesn't feel like that, I'm leaving. I've talked to 2 people now that told me that they almost cashed out their 401k just to live off of it for the remainder of the year because the job was burning them out and it was too toxic. I remember just months ago, last year, I thought about taking out a $25,000 loan. Now, I don't know if I needed $25,000, but I thought about taking out a loan and just living off of that while I shoot my shot and try to make my entrepreneurial dreams happen. While I just try to create space for myself to travel and just reconnect with myself. That's a big deal, y'all. That's a big deal. A lot of women, I think, are just waking up and realizing that the life that they built, that they were told that they have to build, just doesn't fit anymore. And it's not what they want. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's their life. And that is normal now. That is normal. I used to feel like I was in a boat of one. That's normal. So if you're someone... I feel so fiery and like passionate about this, y'all. Let me calm down and take a sip of my tea. If you're someone that's like literally going through this like me, meet me in the comments. Like, I want to know, when did this crisis hit you? And what are you doing about it? And like, what are you changing right now? Like, what dream were you sold that you're just like, yeah, nah, that wasn't it. Or I changed, or that just didn't fit me. And now I'm doing this. You know, the stories I love the most. And I'm like, I would low key probably make a book about this. And I may at some point. I love the stories where it's like, I worked corporate for 32 years, left my job, and now I paint for a living. Or the stories that are like, I left my corporate job during the pandemic, and then I purchased a truck, and now I sell flowers out the back at the farmer's market on the weekends. Like, I love stories like that because it's the permission. It's the permission. It's the freedom. It's just like, it's the betting on yourself. It's quite literally like creating what it is that you want and what you love. And that's the space that I'm in right now, so deeply, of like pivoting how my full time is spent, so it's aligned and reflective of how I want to feel in my values. I want to live for my values, y'all. I want to live for my values so bad. There's this book that I've read like 12 times. I'll never forget the year I found it. 2015. I was in a relationship at the time that I was still trying to figure out. I found the book Desire Map by Danielle Laporte, if I'm saying her last name right. And I mean, that book just did something for me. It gave me like this whimsical ability to dream and like look beyond my current reality. It felt like it gave me permission to like think against the traditional thoughts of my desires, my vision, my dreams, how I feel, my life. Now I literally create my goals. I create everything from that space, like literally. And I can't even express how fulfilling that's become. And I'm still in the thick of like doing that and working through that. But like, that's where I am. And that to me is feeling priceless. It's feeling priceless. My most peaceful, calm times were through layoffs. And I'm grateful I had like, you know, an emergency fund and a cushion to just take a moment. I do wish I would have used the time a little bit better, but nothing's wasted, because everything, it's like when you get it, you get it. And when you got it, you're good. So even though I didn't get what I got now, I'm good now, and I'm going for great. And great is alignment with my values, with how I want to feel, with how I want to flow, with how I want to have ease. Like when I want to have like groups of membership programs where we get together and we just spend time together and like hold space like this. The stuff that I want to do out in nature pertaining to therapy and just like my own personal love for being outside and exploring and having adventures. How I want to just bring like that type of community back and create those spaces. How I have this channel and this is my community. Like, these are the things that quite literally light me up. And I just want to lean all in. I just want to lean all in. I want to follow the feel of this. I want to follow it. And I want to do the most that I can with this second chance that God has given me, with this second chance at my life. I want to create the most beautiful life for my values. I want to love from the most beautiful space in my heart. And I can't wait to see just what God does and how he opens up doors and options and possibilities and communities and connections and things like that. And we're just, I think a lot of women are feeling how I'm feeling now, where you just want to create the most true version of yourself on your own terms. You create your own handbook. I don't need your company handbook anymore. I got my own. Like, I'm creating my own. What if we sat and did that? What if we actually created like a internal soulful handbook for yourself, like we have from these corporate jobs? I may do that because I'm curious how I surprise myself and what I would put in there and what I need to follow. Let me tell it. We do 4-day work weeks and 5-hour work days. I got so much I could say. So much I could say. I'm going to leave this here, y'all. If you're new here to me, I'm Renee. This space is Renee in Session, where we just really talk about conversations of liberation to get to the point of freedom and creating life on our own terms. I think that's the ultimate goal, to live a liberated lifestyle on your own terms. So If you want more of these conversations, I encourage you to join the membership. I'll put the details about that in the description below. We're going to be going a little bit deeper, and we're going to be going a little more unfiltered with our conversations and steps to get to that liberated space and create that life, and just building a sense of community, because there's power in groups and there's power when you do things with other people. You actually propel forward. The data and statistics show that when you're working alongside of a group of other people that are working alongside of a similar mission to yours, or desire or feeling, you get there faster and quicker. And it's not that we're in a hurry, but I think the desire to feel alignment is much more greater than not. And so I want that space in the membership. So this is my invitation to you to join the Liberation Room. If that aligns for you and that's what you're looking for, I would absolutely love to have you. And until the next video, my friend, we will talk soon. All right. Peace out.